Blackhawks postgame live, presented by Hawk Auto.
On this side, 11 left. Shaw's pass hit a leg. Panarin had it knocked away. Blues have it. St. Louis wins the game and the series.
The Blues take it 3-2 on home ice. They will face Dallas in round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. St. Louis picked up goals from Laterra, Parayko, and Troy Brouwer. Hawks tallies from Hossa and Shaw. The Hawks now 2-3 in Game 7s under Joel Quenneville. Hey, what's up? Welcome to Blackhawks Postgame Live, presented by HawkAuto.com. 6 of the 7 games in this series decided by 1 goal. When you take a look at the Blackhawks, even in the Stanley Cup winning seasons, they've had a pattern of starting slow in the postseason, in the first round. 2013 against Minnesota. Remember, Q upset after the clincher. 2014, they gave the Blues a 2-0 lead in that series. A much different St. Louis team. And then 2015, Nashville last year. Difference this time around, they didn't have one of those teams to play in the first round. They had a much better Blues team.
They kind of dug themselves early holes in a lot of those series. And listen, let's not take anything away from these St. Louis Blues, especially the first 4 games. I thought they played really, really well. They started to tail off towards the end of the series, but you'd hate to make excuses. The Blackhawks now, and you talked about those cup runs, the Western Conference run was sandwiched in between there. That's 65 games the core of your team has played. And you're talking about Keith and Seabrook and Taves and Kane and Hossa and, of course, Corey Crawford. I think there was 9 guys that have played 65 games. So I think that started to add up, and I certainly saw fatigue in this series, especially towards the end. That didn't help, and I think, no one's going to look for an excuse, but they'll tell you we got to start a lot stronger.
And I suppose the most disappointing thing is when you rally down 3-1 to force a Game 7, certainly you would like to think that the momentum is on your side. Unfortunately, the start of this hockey game really hurt the Blackhawks. They did not get enough sustained pressure. They didn't handle the forecheck of the Blues extremely well. They created way too many turnovers and not enough sustained pressure on Brian Elliott and creating chances of their own at the other end. A little bit too little, too late. Corey Crawford played fantastic, particularly in that second period, but it just wasn't enough. Not enough sustained pressure. Didn't get the calls, quite frankly, or maybe a few opportunities where they could have got a call or two. That didn't happen. They weren't able to generate anything off of power play because it didn't exist.
Patrick Kane had that game-winning goal in this series. He's addressing the media live in St. Louis, held without a goal in this one.
I think right now it just doesn't really feel right. So
it doesn't feel right.